So
Hey guys,
do that.
Okay. Hey guys, it's Audrey and Emma, and we are Emma and Audrey Evolution, and we're drinking hot cocoa. So today we're going to be talking about evolution, but the main topics that we're going to be talking about, like that fall into the category of evolution, are Charles Darwin, and then the Galapagos Islands, and
Darwin's Finches.
So Emma will be covering Darwin's Finches
And the Galapagos Islands.
and I'll be covering Charles Darwin. So yeah. Hey guys, so it's the
Sorry.
it's the better half of the show. See, Emma, that's the worst half of the show. We're the better part.
At least know the curriculum.
So, Emma wants to be a little smart aleck, but that's okay. So, as we said, I would be the one covering Charles Darwin. And Charles Darwin was one of the naturalists who actually came up with a theory of evolution. And Charles Darwin was born February 12th, 1909. And he died April 19th, 1882. And he was best known for his work as a naturalist. Naturalist?
Yeah.
Naturalist, that's what I thought. Okay. And so he was also a biologist known for the theory of evolution and the process of natural selection.
Co-star. Oh, dang, you can't see him. Aww.
And he believed that the species shifted or slowly changed a little over long amounts of time. And Darwin's theory of evolution and the process of natural selection later became known as simply as the Darwinism, which is a very weird name. So yeah. And then it says, or Darwin's theory was later known as Darwin.
Okay, maybe you should.
Never mind. Okay, so he also took voyages to the Galapagos Island, which is one of the topics that Emma will be covering. And Darwin's theory of evolution declared that species survive through a process called natural selection, which you've heard me say a couple times now, where those successfully adapted or evolved to meet the changing requirements of their natural habitat thrived, while those that failed to evolve reproduced died off. So yeah, that's Charles Darwin for you.
Hey guys, so Audrey just talked to you about Charles Darwin. And Charles Darwin himself took many different voyages to the Galapagos Islands, which I will be talking to you about. He took those trips on a ship called the Beagle, just a fun fact to know. So the Galapagos Islands, when you visit there, it's just there's so much evidence for evolution. Evolution is a good belief of how we came to be humans and stuff, and the Galapagos Islands just really support that. And we know this because Charles Darwin recorded all this stuff, and it says, from the moment Charles Darwin finally laid out this blueprint for understanding the natural world, his top-down scientific premise allowed us the luxury to conceive the past in a new light, understand change, envision the present, and explain life on our planet. In science, the theory of evolution has become a way of unifying the adaptation processes of all living things. At the same time, every individual adaptation process tells a fascinating and unique story in itself. Research in the Galapagos is thus constant, and although its animal life is not particularly diverse, we are speaking only of a tiny clutch of islands stranded in the middle of the ocean. Discoveries are ongoing. Complexity and simplicity thus coexist, making it a wonderful laboratory to analyze. Compare and contrast in isolation how and why our world is what it is. In 1859, Darwin's On the Original of Species would change the way humanity viewed the natural world. So that was a little bit about the Galapagos Islands and Charles Darwin's role in exploring that and making it known to more humans that didn't travel there themselves. So, yeah. Hey guys, so we recently talked to you about Charles Darwin in general and all the facts, and the Galapagos Islands and the relationship between the two. And Darwin's Finches is also included in that relationship because Charles Darwin, on his second trip from the Beagle to the Galapagos Islands, found this group of 15 species that were of birds that were so diverse from their beak form and function, and they helped prove evolution as well. When you look at all the skeletons and what's the word?
Fossils?
Yeah, fossils that were left behind, and they help prove that. And they're called Darwin's finches, even though they're so different from regular finches. And they belong to the tanager family. And they're not closely related to true finches. And the closest relative to Darwin's finches are the Tyrus obscurus, which is a bird. And apart from the Cocos finch, which is from Cocos Island, the others are found only in the Galapagos Islands. Darwin just spent 5 weeks on the Galapagos Islands, and David Lack spent 3 months on the island, and Peter and Rosemary Grant and their colleagues have made research trips to the Galapagos for about 30 years. So Charles Darwin only went there for multiple trips, but only stayed there for a short amount of time each. But Peter and Rosemary had way more dedication. They were always there, studying and stuff. And they went to the Galapagos just to study, not just, but they mainly spent their time studying Darwin's finches because they were such unique birds. And for the finches, males are dimorphic in song type. Songs A and B are quite distinct, so you can kind of tell them apart. Also, males with song A have shorter bills than males with song B, because their beaks is where they sing from. So if it's the length differs.
Oh, really? I thought it was their tail.
Their lengths, when their beaks lengths differ, so does the sound. And with these beaks, males are able to feed differently on their favorite cactuses. The prickly pear, Opuntia. Those with long beaks are able to punch holes in the cactus fruit and eat the fleshy aril pulp which surrounds the seeds, whereas those with shorter beaks tear apart the cactus base and eat the pulp with any insect larvae and pupae, I guess. Both groups eat flowers and the buds. This dimorphism clearly maximizes their food opportunities during the non-breeding season when food is scarce. So basically, you're in luck when you have a longer beak because you can eat things easier. Alright. Sorry, it's still rolling. Wow, that was way cooler than Audrey's, I bet.
So, guys, okay. So, the videos we covered today were the Galapagos Island, Charles Darwin, and the Darwin finches. That's it.
Darwin's Finches.
So,
We hope that you like this video,
and we hope that you enjoyed, and we hope that you are subscribed, because all those subscribers help you guys. Go like the video, and if you didn't understand any of what we just said, you have to click the link below, and that will take you to our docs, and it'll explain everything way better than we just did, if we didn't explain that well. Which, I mean, I think we're pretty bomb, so I don't think you should have a problem. But
and
yeah.
also, we hope that this is very informational and awesome.
But if not, you got the dots down there. So just click the link, click that subscribe button, and like the video.